All right, hello, math fans. I'm going to actually do Worksheet 2 for you, or with you. Hopefully you've done it already, just so you can check your work. If you have questions about certain problems, I'm going to try and give a little explanation here as I go along, but I just want to get through all the different problems because there are 33 problems to go through. Okay, so first one, remember you add your exponents together. So because we have the same base. Okay, so we're going to say it's going to be x to the 6th. This is your answer, 2 plus 4. Okay, this one is going to be z to the 11th. This one, remember that's a 1 here, so it's y to the 5th. Cursor down here a little bit. Number 4, remember you multiply 3 times 4 is 12. And then it's x to the 11th. Okay, so you multiply the numbers together and you add the exponents of the variables. 7 times 9, 63, x to the 14th. And there's really a 1 in front of there. So it's 5 times 1 is 5. Add the exponents, 5x to the 8th. Okay, number 7. We just got multiple ones to add together, so it's going to be 9 plus 2, x to the 11th. 2 times 5 times 6, so 2 times 5 is 10, times 6 is 60, x to the, it's 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 7 is 14. 2 times 6 is 12, x to the 10th, y to the 7th. Okay, this one, I have 4 times 6 is 24. X to the 6th, x to the 3rd is x to the 9th. That's y to the 1st here, remember, so it's y to the 3rd, z to the 10th. Okay, next one, 42. X to the 7th, 2 plus 5 is 7, 3 plus 4 is 7, and z to the 1st times z to the 7th is z to the 8th. Okay, now we get power to a power. Remember, you multiply, so that's 4 times 5, x to the 20th. Okay, let's cursor down here to number 13. Okay, and that's where I asked you guys to write it separately, so it's going to be 2 to the 3rd, x to the 3rd. So 2 to the 3rd is 8, x cubed. Okay, so 2 to the 2nd, x to the 3rd to the 2nd, so that's going to be 4x to the 6th. And remember, there's a negative 1 there, so it's negative 1 to the 4th, x to the 4th. So negative 1 to the 4th, it's an even power, so it's just 1, so the answer to that one is x to the 4th. Okay, then down below here, it's like saying negative 1 to the 3rd, x to the 3rd, x to the 3rd here on the outside. So negative 1 to cubed is negative, so it's negative x cubed. Okay, this one is negative 1 to the 1106, x to the 1106. It's an even number, so it's just positive. The answer is x to the 1106. This one, a little bit different. It's keep the negative on the outside, and then that's negative 1 to the 4th, x to the 4th. So that gives you negative 1 to the 4th is 1, and then it's negative because of the negative on the outside. So it's negative x to the 4th. Okay, number 19. It's going to be negative 3 squared, x to the 8th squared. So negative 3 squared is positive 9, x to the 16th. This one is negative 2 to the 3rd, x to the 4th to the 3rd, y to the 7th to the 3rd. And that gives you negative 8, x to the 12th, y to the 21st. Okay, this one's a little bit longer, but it's no big deal. Negative 2 to the 4th, x cubed to the fourth, y to the fourth, z to the 10th to the fourth. So negative 2 to the fourth is a positive 16, x to the 12th, y to the 16th, z to the 40th. Okay. Number 22, it's negative 1 to the 11th, x to the 11th, y to the 9th to the 11th, and z to the 7th to the 11th. Okay, that's an odd number, so it's negative x to the 11th, y to the 99th, z to the 77th. Okay, 23, negative's just going to hang out there, and then we do everything else. Negative 2 to the third, x cubed to the third, so we get negative. This becomes, this negative 2 cubed is negative 8, x to the 9th, so negative times negative is back to positive, so 8x to the 9th. This one's the same thing except it's to the 4th power, so let's see how that changes. Negative 1 to the 4th, actually it's negative 2 to the 4th, x cubed to the 4th. So it's negative 2 to the 4th is 16, positive 16, x to the 12th. And that negative just goes in front of that now, and that's your answer, negative x to the negative 16x to the 12th. Okay, on to 25. Okay, so that negative x squared just kind of hanging out there, and it's going to be y to the 5th to the 6th is y to the 30th, and that's actually your answer. So let's do it again. Negative x squared. But you have a negative in there, so it's negative 1 to the 6th, y to the 5th to the 6th. So that gives me negative x squared. That's negative 1 to the 6th, which is positive 1, y to the 30th. So that negative and positive is just negative x squared, y to the 20th. Okay, so got a few things to square. So negative 1 squared, x squared, negative 1 to the 6th, y to the 5th to the 6th. Negative 1 squared is 1. That's x squared. Negative 1 to the 6th power is also positive 1, y to the 30th. So 1 times 1 is just 1, so it's x squared, y to the 30th. Number 28, x to the 6th, y to the 15th. Well, that was pretty easy. It's kind of a friendly one. Okay, 2 to the 10th power. Again, you cannot leave it like 2 to the 10th power. You have to do it in your calculator, and you will get 1,024. Okay, that negative is not raised to the 10th power. It's just the 2 that's raised to the 10th power, and the negative is hanging out on the outside. So it's the same answer, except it's just negative 1,024. So it's negative 1,024. Okay, and this is negative 2 to the 10th power. So again, you're thinking to yourselves, oh, it's going to be it's an even power. The negative is raised to the 10th power, so that means this is going to be a positive 1,024. This one, the 2 is the only one thing raised to the 10th. That negative happens to be on the outside. So it's negative 1,024. And this is always one less sample problem. Please do not say 2 times 2. Okay, it's the same base, so it's a 2, and you add the exponents. So it's 2 to the 5th power. And again, don't leave it like that. You need to write it as an answer of 32. Okay, that is Worksheet 2. Adios, math fans.